Now ending it off with the performance, this device did have that Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 chipset, wow, surprisingly, the quad-core CPU and Adreno 330 GPU, and a couple different models, but all those models had 3 gigabytes of RAM. Now the performance is actually pretty much as expected. In this day and age, right now I do have One UI or TouchWiz on my specific Note 3, and I have 2 different ones, and the one I was able to custom ROM, if I was able to custom ROM it, I knew I custom ROM a Galaxy S6, but custom ROMs always just make things so much faster and so much smoother. But outside of that, on stock on TouchWiz, this thing is pretty glitchy, and it's not necessarily that it's buggy, it's just a very glitchy experience. Everything works, I guess, as intended. Apps open, this happens, that happens, but unfortunately, it's just a very glitchy experience, with the random widgets all over the place and Samsung's noises that they always put in their UI at that time. It's very annoying, and I hated TouchWiz. I never liked it. It was like the most bloated version of Android. I never understood it, and I think One UI is a humongous improvement. When you look at this version of Android and you look at the newer ones, there is some really huge differences that have happened. But again, I think if you get things open, if you go ahead and go into the App Store, if you go ahead and go, into Snapchat or whatever apps that are supported, you'll probably have an okay experience at best. But that's considering how old this phone is and also the price range of this phone, because you can pick up this phone for probably less than $50 now. And there's a good reason for that. It's because the performance of this phone really isn't that great anymore. At that time, it probably was, when this phone first came out. Unfortunately, that's not really the case anymore. So you're not really getting that great of an experience when it comes down to this device in terms of a performance standpoint. Now, if you custom ROM it, like I stated, it may be a little bit of a different story. You may be able to, get a little bit of a smoother experience. There's less background processes running as well, so that's another big asset. But I'll probably tell you, if you're planning on picking up this phone for the performance standpoint, I wouldn't do it. Not in 2021. You're going to get a much better experience if you get something even a slightly more expensive, like a Google Pixel, the first one, or something like that. So in terms of performance, that pretty much covers it up. Now,